Sagittarius, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. So guys, I do want to apologize. I've been trying to get back on my shit, so I'm just trying to get everything out on time. But the reason I'm late is because I decided to take a last minute trip to celebrate my 100K. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you for your likes, for your subscriptions, for showing me love, for telling your friends and your family about me. I really, really appreciate that, guys. So it's all love. So I did want to get these mid-months out, although we're a bit late on it. So let's backtrack a bit, guys. We're going to do from about April 15th to May 15th, and just know you'll have your May readings very soon. I promise you guys, I'm trying to fix who I am as a person and just be more on my shit. All right, so here we go, Sag. Let's talk about what y'all are going through. All right, now for anyone on Instagram, my Instagram is High Vibrations 44. I do post a daily energy every day if you want to see what's going on in your day, and just a whole bunch of astrology based stuff and just my personal life. So if y'all want to stalk me, go for it. All right, Sag, what are y'all going through right now? We're going to do a past, present, and future look. I'll give you guys some advice and pull an oracle card at the end. Now, the deck, guys, that I'm about to use is the Wild Unknown Tarot. I know a lot of people ask, so that's what it is. I had this deck just sitting untouched in my house for over a year before I felt like I could connect to it, and I haven't been able to put it down. So this is probably the longest I've ever used the same deck. I am a deck hoarder. I own like 50 decks. And I want more. So let's see, y'all. All right, Sag. So we have your past, your present, and we have your future. All right, y'all. So the energy that we have here is the High Priestess. Beautiful energy to get. Now, with this being your energy, the one thing I'm going to tell you guys is that whatever it is that you hear from other people, whatever it is that, situations try to, or people or situations may try to make you feel or may try to make you think, just know ultimately the truth is always what your gut feels, especially in this time. The High Priestess is someone who's extremely tapped into themselves, somebody who can always go off their gut instincts, someone who always just knows, even if they don't have proof. So you're really going to want to trust yourself with the decisions that you're making. Forget what mommy and daddy say. Forget what your significant other says. Forget what your friends, family, whatever say. What do you want? What do you feel? Because that's ultimately what's going to be the right thing for you. Okay. Now, going into the past, guys, the first card that you have here is the Ten of Cups. So this is a card about ultimate happiness. You guys feeling very fulfilled. A lot of good things coming in for you. You have the Emperor, so feeling strong, feeling powerful, making decisions that are not only going to benefit you, but the people around you, the people that you can call your tribe, the people that you can, say that they're part of your circle or community, or just anyone who can be, affected in some way, shape, or form from your actions. And you have the Star card. So this is really leveling up, getting something that's wish fulfillment, being very happy about it, and knowing that you are in a good place for it. Okay, we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So if there's any sort of burden or any sort of heavy, feelings that you had on your shoulders, it's subsiding. It's something that you're now, getting over. It's like you're able to breathe. You don't feel that weight anymore. Now you have the Seven of Cups and you have the Page of Pentacles. So for some of you, you're really getting over something that was burdening. For some of you, it could have been a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or just something that now you're in the stages of, kind of building in a different direction. So for a lot of you, maybe there's a lot of choices that you can make in regards to how you're going to move forward in life. But there's something being spoken about, and I feel like you're just trying to realize the best way to go about this. Okay, regardless of what the situation is. But you don't want to do it with any sort of pressure. Okay, you don't want to do it with any sort of burden. So whatever this is, I feel like you guys need to take that self-sufficiency approach, because the best answers are going to come from you. All right, the last card that you guys have for the past is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So with the Ten of Swords in the reverse, if there is any betrayal, any sort of harsh endings, anything heavy, you're getting past it again. So with these tens in the reversal, that's a very good thing. That's getting over something that can feel tumultuous or that can feel heavy. All right, you have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Let's pull one more card. And we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So you're not looking at loss anymore. There's just something I feel you guys are removing yourselves from, and there's really not much pain associated to this, if there was any pain at all. All right, now you're in a place where it's like you turned your back on something and you're able to build. You're really able to expand. All right, but it's going to be alone. And it's going to have to be done by rejecting things in life that just aren't going to work for you. But I do see a lot of celebration coming in for you guys. All right. Okay, so present moment Sagittarius. The first card that you guys have, Justice card in the reverse. So it could be cheating. It could be someone doing something that's not fair, someone doing something that's unjust, maybe a decision in court that you didn't want or that somebody didn't want if they're dealing with you. Why is this Justice card in the reverse? We have the Judgment card in the reverse. So something that's a bad idea, y'all. All right, and you have the Chariot. So guys, be careful here, because whether this has to do with you traveling or, you know, moving houses, moving jobs, there's something about this. It could be in love too, but there's something about this where it's like you really want to move forward and you really want to take off with something, but it might not be the best idea. Okay, it could actually be something that leads you to a lot of bullshit with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So it's like you're in a place where you're not worried and you're not stressing, but something might blow up in your face if you're not more aware. Again, you guys have that High Priestess, so it's not something that's just going to creep up on you and smack you from the back. This is something that you're going to be able to pick up on before you even get into it. All right, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Who are you dropping? Who are you arguing with? Where's this harsh sense of interaction, you know, happening? Why is this Ace of Swords in the reverse? We have the Fool card in the reverse, so something's not a good idea here, guys. Something that you really need to be aware of. All right, something that you should not be stressed about. And maybe you're not stressed about it, but there's a reason why you may need to just be more aware of what you're getting into. But yeah, there's some sort of chapter, whatever it is that you're dealing with at this moment, that has to go. With it leaving, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so life takes a very good positive turn, but you need to change how you're looking at this. For a few number of you, for a small number, it could be that it was a mistake letting something go. But there's, you know, if there's any injustice around it, then that's not what I'm talking about. This is something where someone got played. Okay. You have the Nine of Cups in the reverse, that in order for things to really move in a positive way for you, you're going to do something that you might not be happy doing, or that someone might not be happy to see you do. Okay. And you have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So this could be your energy kind of like in player mode, but this is, as it cuts me off sometimes. But yeah, whether it's someone who's being promiscuous and seeing multiple lovers, or somebody that's just, it's like they talk a good talk, they seem like they can accomplish a lot in life, but when it comes to actually getting up and doing it, they're not. Okay, so wherever this energy is coming from, that's not going to work out. But again, it does lead to something very, very good. It's just, you know, you have to be mindful. If you know you're being honest and you know you're being true, then are those people around you being the same way? Okay, and if you're not, if you're being shady, or if you're kind of creeping around with these secrets, it blows up. Okay, and it blows up in your face. So this is not something I want you guys to have to go through. All right. For some of you, maybe there's an air sign involved, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. All right, but right now, what life is asking you to do is focus. If it's detrimental to you, cut it out. If you're doing things that are detrimental to yourself, cut that out. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. So moving forward into the future, the first card you have is the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Something with just too much bullshit that you have to let go of. Okay, too much adversity that you just can't take it anymore. All right, so you have to really stand strong, and you have to realize that although that didn't work out, you still have to stand on your own 2 feet. All right, but you have to focus on what's going to get you to, you know, from point A to point B. All right. With this, you know, as you're transitioning from the present to the future, I really feel like you guys have to take more of a logical approach as opposed to thinking with your heart. Okay. So there's just going to be a lot of realization that comes in with this Moon card, an awakening, or, you know, things that just become very clear to you. So it's like you're finally making sense of a situation. You have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So when this card comes up, if it's not someone who stops talking to you, or you just not talking to someone, then it's going to be a conversation where people are speaking in a very distasteful way. It could be a very truthful conversation, but it's like, it's most likely going to be a conversation where you could have gotten that point across without being so cruel. Okay. Why is this Page of Swords in the reverse here? You have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this could be in regards to promiscuity, lying, cheating, something that just throws you off emotionally, and knowing that you have to turn your back on this. So wherever the bullshit is coming from, guys, it's not going to work for you. And it's like your soul right now really wants to expand, but there's something that you have to purge out of your system. All right, someone's just being way too selfish here. Someone is having a very distasteful approach to things. If it's you, get your shit together. If it's someone else, don't deal with their shit. Simple as that, okay? You guys have the Four of Pentacles here. It's the last card for the future. So if this isn't you saving money or just being tight with money, then it's you just having to guard yourself from something. Every time I put my elbow down, it gets stuck on this Knight of Swords. So I really just feel like you guys just have to take an empirical approach to things. You have the Four of Wands that if you reserve yourself from whatever this is or whatever bad habits are around you, then that's where you guys find the stability that you need. But you really have to look inward. A big reason why something's not working right now is you're not paying attention to yourself, how you react to things, the energies that you put out. You need introspection right now, Sagittarius, okay? That's really what you guys have to need, and you know, okay? The High Priestess keeps coming out, so you know what direction you have to go in. You know if you're the one who fucked up or if there's someone else in your life that's just not helping you to live your best life. But there's manipulation happening, whether it's coming from you or someone else, and you're fully aware of that. So that's going to be a difficult situation. For some of you, I do see something from the past coming back into your life. It's going to be split down the middle with whether it's good or bad for you. Just know with this Devil card, if it starts bringing out toxic situations or habits in you or in another person, then that's not it. Okay, if you're able to address what's causing toxicity and you're able to genuinely want to fix it, then I do see things having a much better outcome. But again, it depends on you, the effort you're willing to put in and the effort that those around you are willing to put in. All right, so let me get you guys some cards of advice here. What is going on with the sign of Sagittarius? What advice do they need? All right, so we have the Tower card, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Wands in reverse, okay? Guys, if there's any sort of financial struggle, if there's any sense of loss or rejection, it will subside, but there's going to be a big change happening here with the Tower card. The ground beneath you is going to shake up. So the only thing that's really going to cause you instability is if you choose to keep a blindfold on with this Eight of Swords here. So if you choose to still be in a situation where you know the truth of it and you know something's not going to work out for you, but you just volunteer to be blinded, even though you're not blinded, it's just more of a mental thing, then that's what's going to mess you guys up. You being stuck on something, you not being able to move forward or past it. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be another person or another situation. This could be you. This could be you holding yourself back, because this is a mental battle. This is all happening in your head. Get out of that, Sag, okay? It's not going to benefit you. It's not. Seven of Pentacles, King of Swords. Yeah, guys, a lot of this is your thought process. All right, Two of Wands in the reverse. You have to distinguish what's real versus what you're just putting in your head. Because for a lot of you, honestly, I see you thinking in a harmful way. Okay, so just be real and say, okay, that was more my fear than it was an actual fact. Okay, don't give yourself fake news on your own life. All right, so think very logically, think very empirically, and be real with yourself. You know what's real, you know what's not, you know what you put in your head, you know what's, really there. But that's the only thing that can mess you guys up. Choosing to stay blindfolded, choosing to stay in the dark. Okay, so it's not even worth it. And with that High Priestess that keeps coming out, there's really just no need to get yourself in this position because, again, you are aware. All right, so I'm using Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. So let's see what comes out for y'all. Let's see what falls out for you guys. All right, you guys got 3 cards. All right. As your energy, and these cards, I didn't do this when I first got the deck, but when I really learned about these cards, I'm like, this actually works like a tarot deck. So I don't think you guys will find anyone that reads this oracle deck the way I do, but I am who I am for a reason, right? So with the River card in the reverse, guys, the Movement card in the reverse, this card talks about just going with the flow, not swimming against the current. But with it being in the reverse, there's something you're not moving past, and it's not within your flow. It's not a synchronicity in your life. It's something that's holding you back. You're not being truthful to yourself or living to your truth, okay, or towards your truth. There is a disconnect between you and yourself. There is a sense of you reflecting on life, but not in a positive way. Okay, because when we look back at the past, usually, what you want to take from it is, what did I learn that can help me to move forward? What did I go through that can shape me to be a better person? But in this case, I feel like you're looking back at the past, but it's not in a healthy way, where it can be like, oh, well, I could have done so much more for this person, or maybe if I did this, that, and the third, and the person that you could be thinking about is a complete total asshole. Where it's just like, why are you even thinking about that? Like, think about what they did to you. So there's really a need to change your perspective and change how you think about the past and how you reflect on yourself. Don't look at things as failures. If it didn't work out, look at it as lessons and really go by that. Because right now, what the world is asking you to do is just be more harmonious with yourself. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a personal thing. I don't feel like a lot of you, although a lot of you could be, I don't feel like this necessarily has to do with another person. And if there is another person involved, what's the catalyst to the problem? Was it your thinking process that even got you guys to where you are? Is it their thinking process? Okay, there's a core, there's a common denominator to all of this. So you guys are in a place where you could live in harmony, but you're not looking at things the right way. Not only are you not having a healthy view on your past, but there's this disconnect between you and spirit. Okay, shaman is all about healing and about really tapping into the core of who you are. Okay, and looking at life in a very wise way. But again, the thought process is off, guys. So the world wants you to be good, but you have to change your mindset towards it. Okay, get connected again. How are you going to do that? What makes you feel truly at peace? All right, is that meditation? Is that working out? What do you do where your mind is always at peace? And that's not attached to another person, because we don't want to find our peace in another person. That could be a very dangerous road to go down. Although there's people that can definitely bring you peace, you don't want to have to rely on another person for peace. So find what brings you peace, and it's not attached to another person. Okay, even animals can die, so you can go to them for, anytime I'm in a bad place, I hug my dog, I hug my cat, and I feel better. But I know that that's not a definite fix. I know that there's more soul searching that I have to do. So do whatever it is that you guys have to do to tap in. Okay, very recently I had a very this actually happened on my trip just now, but I had a very spiritual experience. I'm not going to say 100% what happened, just because I don't want to try to convince people to do things that they normally would not have done, because it's not that it was something extreme, but let's just say I just had a very spiritual journey, and it was literally the most spiritual thing I had ever experienced in my life. And it's like I just had a night of purging where I was just crying and crying. I'm like, I don't know why the hell I'm so crying, and why the hell I'm crying so much, and why I feel so off. But I realized that my body and my mind and my spirit was purging shit that I thought I was over, stuff from years ago. So like, guys, when I tell you, like, I have been in such a good place for so long that sometimes life needs to stir up a little bit. Like, of course, it's not a bad thing to be in a good place for a long time, but after a while, it's like your life needs a bit of a shakeup. Okay, you need to kind of be reminded of why you're here and why your presence in this world is important. So that's what a certain night about a week ago was able to do for me, where I was able to really just tap into parts of me that I didn't know existed. And it's like I was having a conversation with a part of me that I had suppressed so deeply, and I didn't even know that. And it's like in my mind, it's like this person is crying and saying, Lissette, why didn't you let me out? I've been trying to come out. I've been trying to be here, but you've been suppressing me. You've been, doing all this shit to keep you distracted from shit that you have to face and that you have to deal with. And after that day, at so much peace with myself. And since that moment, because it's still something that I think about, you know, every day since it just happened. But honestly, I've been dealing with things so much differently since then. Things that may have made me want to cry, kick, scream, and just kind of just have a hissy fit. Now I'm just like, you know what? It's chill. You know, I get why things happen. I get why things don't work out. And I am who I am. And I deserve to be loved for who I am. But I have to love myself. How can another person love me, or how can I get into a very loving atmosphere if I myself have not explored how to love myself? Okay, so it's just a matter of, okay, you're doing a good job, Lissette, but there's more work to be done, more inner work to be done. And I really think that that's what you guys need right now, inner work right now. All right, regardless of whether or not you have a partner, you're going to keep having the same problems if you don't get shit right within yourself. So get shit right. Okay, Sagittarius, I love you guys to death. Like I said, my Instagram is highvibrations44 if you want to check it out. And then if you guys need a 30-minute reading or a quick question answer, then you can book that on my website, highvibrationswithliz.com. All of this is in the description below. I love you guys. I'll be back with your May readings.